Representation of statistical data. Statistical data can be represented mainly in two types. One is diagrammatical and graphical representation of statistical data, and second one is mathematical representation of statistical data. First one is diagrammatical representation of statistical data. The representation of the statistical data through universally acceptable diagrams is called, on a plain paper, is called diagrammatical representation. That is, representation of statistical data on a plain paper by through universally acceptable diagrams is called diagrammatical representation of statistical data. Another is graphical representation. Representing the statistical data on a graph paper through universally acceptable pictures is called graphical representation statistical data. The diagrammatical and graphical representation statistical data are mainly divided into various categories. The first one is one-dimensional representation, second one is two-dimensional representation, third one is three-dimensional representation, and the fourth one is multi-dimensional representation. The first one is zero-dimensional representation. The first one is zero dimensional, second one is one dimensional, third one is two dimensional, fourth one is three dimensional, and fifth one is multi-dimensional. First one is zero dimensional representation. Representation statistical data through universally acceptable pictures. Through universally acceptable pictures is called zero dimensional representation. So that is represented statistical data through zero dimensional figures. The size of the figure have not important, but the picture having importance. That is called zero dimensional representation. Example for zero dimensional representation is pictogram. That is picture representation of the statistical data. Example is by going through highways, various hoardings are there. Petrol bunk, road curving, etc. can be represented by universally acceptable diagrams. That is called zero dimensional representation. Second is one dimensional representation. Representing statistical data through universally acceptable picture by having only one measurement. That is either length or breadth or height, etc. are called one dimensional representation. Examples are line diagram and bar diagrams are one dimensional representation. And third one is two dimensional representation. Representing the statistical data by pictures having two dimensions, that is two measurements, is called two dimensional representation. Example, pie diagram, histogram, frequency curve, frequency polygon, etc. are called two-dimensional representation. Fourth one is three-dimensional representation. Representing statistical data by pictures having three measurements or three dimensions is called three-dimensional representation. Example, cylinder, pyramid, and cube, rectangular, parallelepiped representations are called three-dimensional representation. Next one is multi-dimensional representation. Representing statistical data having more than two measurements are called multi-dimensional representation. And next one is line diagram. Line diagram means representation of the statistical data by pictures having only one measurement, that is length, is called line diagram. That means representing the statistical data by lines, by straight lines. Either it may be parallel to the y-axis or perpendicular to x-axis or perpendicular to x-axis are called line diagram. And next one is bar diagram. Representing the statistical data by rectangular arrays or rectangular bars. The bars may be either parallel to x-axis or perpendicular to x-axis are called bar diagrams. Various types of bar diagrams are, first one is subdivided bar diagram, and second one subdivided or partition bar diagram, second one is percentage or proportion bar diagram, and third one is dual bar diagram, fourth one is multiple bar diagrams, and etc. What is subdivided bar diagram? The represented statistical data by rectangular bars and for each variable, and again subdividing each bar into various subparts is called subdivided or partition bar diagram. And next one is percentage or proportion bar diagram, representing the statistical data by rectangular bars for each variable, and again each bar is divided into various subparts based upon their percentage or proportion of subvariables for the each variable is called percentage bar diagram or proportion bar diagram. And next one is dual bar diagram. The bar can be represented in both directions, that is above x-axis and below x-axis the bar can be represented is called dual bar diagrams. Example, the bar can be extended by investment and loss. Investment is the above x-axis and loss is in below x-axis. And next one is multiple bar diagrams, representing the statistical data by more number of bars which are associated to each other for each variable is called multiple bar diagrams. For example, various crops available in Andhra Pradesh for the 2 years are and 2 years, and for each year there are several bars for rice, maize, cotton, corn, wheat, etc. This is called multiple bar diagrams. And next one is two-dimensional representation, representing the statistical data by pictures having two measurements is called two-dimensional representation. Various two-dimensional representations are, the first one is pie diagram, second one is histogram, and third one is frequency polygon, fourth one is frequency curve. First one is pie diagram. Representing the statistical data by sectors in a circle is called pie diagram. That means representing the statistical data in a circle is called pie diagram. Example, representation of the importance of various organs of body by various sectors in a circle is pie diagram. In the pie diagram, the angle for each variable, each suborgan can be obtained by the weight of the organ by total weight into 360. It can be used to find the angle. In a pie diagram, the computation of angle is one of the main factor. And next one is histogram, represented the statistical data for represented the grouped statistical data through rectangular bars. Histogram can be drawn to grouped continuous frequency distribution. In this case, the histogram is the represented the statistical data by attached rectangular bars, and each rectangular bar having breadth equal to width of the class interval and heights are proportional to frequencies of the class intervals. This is we use it to find the minimum and maximum value of any variable can be identified. Next one is frequency polygon. Frequency polygon can be obtained by two methods. One is direct method and second one is through histogram method. In the direct method, choose the class intervals on horizontal axis and their frequencies on vertical axis. Identify the mid value and their corresponding frequencies as points and connect them by straight lines will give the frequency polygon. And in the indirect method, after drawing histogram by choosing the width of the class intervals on horizontal axis and frequencies on vertical axis, identifying both lower limit and upper limit and their corresponding frequency as rectangular arrays. In this method, the rectangular arrays are attached with one another. And after drawing histogram, identify the midpoints of the top portions of each rectangle and connect them by straight lines will give frequency polygon. Next one is frequency curve. this frequency curve can also be drawn by direct method, indirect method. In the direct method, choose the class intervals on horizontal axis and frequencies on vertical axis, and identifying the mid value of class interval and frequencies as points, and connect them these points consecutively by freehand smooth curve will give a curve called frequency curve. In the direct method, after drawing histogram, identify the midpoints of top portions of each rectangle and connect the points by freehand smooth curve will give a curve called frequency